Hello everyone, so here's the 5 drama if you like love next door. Welcome to Samdalri is a tale of deep-rooted emotions, where love, heartbreak, and healing intersect in the most unexpected ways. Jo Young-pil, Ji Chang-wook, and Jo Sam-dal, Shin Hye-sun, were inseparable since birth. Their mother's lifelong friendship bound them together, and as children, they shared every laugh, every secret, and every dream. It seemed only natural when their close friendship blossomed into a tender love as they grew older. For Young-pil, Sam-dal was everything, his best friend, his love, his future. But then, everything fell apart. When Sam-dal broke Young-pil's heart, leaving their small town of Samdalri behind, she left not just her home but the person who had loved her the longest. Now, years later, Sam-dal returns to Samdalri, not as the confident, successful fashion photographer she had once been, but as someone broken, her career shattered by scandal, her self-esteem in ruins. The last thing she wants is to face her past, especially the one person who still holds the pieces of her heart, Young-pil. Young-pil, now a well-loved weather forecaster and the pride of Samdalri, seems to have moved on. He's kind, charming, and respected by everyone in the town. But beneath his warm smile, there's an ache he's never been able to shake. Seeing Sam-dal again stirs old wounds, yet there's no bitterness in his heart, only a quiet longing for the love they once had. When they meet again, it's awkward and tense, but there are no harsh words. Young-pil seems at peace, while Sam-dal battles an inner storm, determined not to let herself fall for him again. Yet, as they are drawn back into each other's orbit, the unspoken pain between them rises to the surface. Grief, guilt, and the regrets of unfinished love. Welcome to Samdalri is not just a story of rekindled romance. It's about the complexities of human emotions, the bonds of friendship that transcend time, and the family ties that hold us together when everything else falls apart. Ji Chang-wook's portrayal of Young-pil is warm and deeply endearing, while Shin Hye-sun brings a raw, emotional depth to Sam-dal, capturing both her impulsiveness and her vulnerability. This heartwarming drama explores how the past never truly leaves us and how, sometimes, returning home is the first step toward healing. Ji Sung-joon, Park Seo-joon, returns to Seoul after years spent in the United States, eager to reconnect with the one person who had always mattered most to him, his childhood friend and first love, Kim Hye-jin. Back then, Hye-jin was the radiant, popular girl who protected and nurtured Sung-joon, a chubby and insecure boy with few friends. She was his safe haven. Though they had stayed in touch over the years, life and distance had kept them apart, and Sung-joon longed to see her again. But the years had been kinder to Sung-joon than to Hye-jin. While he grew into a successful and attractive magazine editor, Hye-jin, Hwang Young-eum, no longer resembled the beautiful girl he once knew. Struggling with her looks and self-esteem, she now juggled multiple part-time jobs to make ends meet, feeling a deep shame about how she had changed. Terrified that Sung-joon might reject her based on her appearance, she makes a heart-wrenching decision. She asks her glamorous best friend Hye-ri to pretend to be her for their reunion. When Sung-joon finally meets Hye-jin, he's pleased, but something feels off. The connection he cherished seems distant, even though she looks perfect. Meanwhile, fate has other plans. The real Hye-jin lands an intern position at Sung-joon's office, and their paths cross in the most unexpected way. Sung-joon, now Sung-joon's demanding boss, feels an inexplicable annoyance with the clumsy, scattered Hye-jin at work. Yet something about her stirs his memories, and despite himself, he finds it impossible to shake the feeling that she's familiar. As if his confusion weren't enough, Sung-joon begins feeling jealousy when his quirky and charismatic coworker Shin Hyuk, Choi Si-won, starts showing a little too much interest in the unassuming intern. Meanwhile, Hye-ri, who has fallen for Sung-joon, is desperate to hold his attention, even though Sung-joon can't stop thinking about Hye-jin, the real one. She Was Pretty weaves a heartfelt tale of love and identity, showing that true beauty shines from within. Park Seo-joon and Hwang Young-eum bring their characters' vulnerabilities and transformations to life, while Choi Si-won's playful charm lights up the screen, reminding us that love sometimes comes in the most unexpected forms. Fight My Way is a story about friendship, love, and the unrelenting pursuit of dreams in the face of life's harshest setbacks. Dong-man, Park Seo-joon, and Choi Are Kim Ji-won have been inseparable since childhood. They've laughed, cried, and grown up together, and now, as adults, they find themselves living in the same bustling Seoul apartment complex, still leaning on each other in moments of doubt and hardship. Their bond is rock solid, but beneath the surface, emotions simmer that neither has dared to acknowledge, until life pushes them closer than ever. Dong-man, once a promising taekwondo and martial arts champion, is now stuck in a dead-end job, far removed from the fighter he once was. His confidence is shattered, not only by his stalled career but by the sting of his recent heartbreak, his girlfriend leaving him for a wealthier man. The defeat in his eyes speaks volumes. Yet, even at his lowest, Aera stands by his side, always his biggest cheerleader, offering sarcastic quips and warm support. For Dongman, she's the one person who makes him believe he can find his way back. Aera, on the other hand, harbors dreams of becoming a TV presenter, a dream that feels further out of reach with every passing day. Working a job she hates at a department store, she battles constant rejection and self-doubt. But Dongman sees the spark in her, the talent she refuses to believe in, and he pushes her to chase her dreams, telling her she's destined for greatness even when the world tells her otherwise. Their friendship is built on years of loyalty, laughter, and shared dreams, but as they navigate the disappointments of adulthood, their feelings for each other begin to deepen. Dongman can't bear to see Aera falter, and Aera, despite her reservations, finds herself terrified yet proud as Dongman decides to step back into the fighting ring, risking everything to reclaim his passion. Though she fears for him, she stands by his side, because that's who they've always been for each other, unwavering pillars of support in a world that often feels too heavy. Fight My Way resonates deeply with anyone who's ever felt lost on their journey to finding their purpose. It's a realistic and heartfelt portrayal of two people struggling not just for success, but for belief in themselves. Park Seo-joon and Kim Ji-won light up the screen with their chemistry, blending moments of laughter with poignant, emotional depth. Their connection feels authentic, and as their friendship blossoms into love, it reminds us that sometimes, the greatest love stories come from the people who have always been right beside us. Lovely Runner is a heart-wrenching tale of fate, love, and second chances, where time itself becomes a vessel for redemption and loss. Im-sol, Kim Ha-yoon, has spent years bedridden after a near-fatal accident, her once bright world darkened by the weight of despair. But in the stillness of her room, a voice breaks through the silence, a voice that belongs to Ryu's son Jae, Byun Woo-suk, an up-and-coming singer whose warmth and optimism fill the airwaves. Although Im-sol is bitter and resistant, snapping at him through the radio, his words plant the smallest seed of hope. Years later, Im-sol is a different person. No longer bedridden, she's become a die-hard fan of Ryu's son Jae and his band Eclipse, her heart tethered to his music that once pulled her from the darkness. But just as life seemed to hold promise again, tragedy strikes. The devastating news of son Jae's death shatters Im-sol's world. He has fallen from a rooftop, and the entire nation mourns the loss of a star gone too soon. For Im-sol, the grief is unbearable. She refuses to believe it, her heart aching with the need to know what really happened. Desperate for answers, she finds herself thrown into the past, back to her high school days, where she makes a shocking discovery. Son Jae, the man who unknowingly became her lifeline, was her next-door neighbor all along. Suddenly, the fate of the man she adored is in her hands. She can see his future unraveling, a future that she knows leads to tragedy. Can she change it? Can she save him from the fate that awaits? As Im-sol tries to alter the course of son Jae's life, she begins to uncover startling truths, not only about son Jae but about herself. She realizes that her role in his life is far more significant than she ever imagined. But with this realization comes a heavy burden, one that demands a sacrifice greater than she could have ever anticipated. Lovely Runner is more than just a love story, it's a journey through time, heartbreak, and the fragility of destiny. The palpable connection between Im-sol and son Jae transcends time itself, drawing viewers into their world of longing, hope, and missed chances. Byun Woo-suk and Kim Ha-yoon breathe life into their characters with such depth and vulnerability, creating a romance that feels eternal and profound. The drama's soul-stirring soundtrack amplifies every emotion, adding layers of beauty to an already poignant narrative. Lovely Runner has touched the hearts of K-drama fans everywhere, becoming a timeless tale of love, loss, and the question we all face: if given the chance, could we rewrite our fate, or is some love destined to remain bittersweet? Reply 1988 is a nostalgic journey through friendship, love, and the bittersweet moments of growing up. Set in the heart of Sangmyeong, it tells the story of 5 inseparable friends whose bond runs deeper than words can express. Choi Taek Park Bo-gum is a reserved, quiet soul, a Baduk prodigy whose life revolves around the game. Despite his stoic nature, his world is filled with deep emotions, most of them tied to Duck-sun Hyori, his best friend since childhood. Taek has loved Duck-sun for as long as he can remember, but his shy, gentle heart has kept him from ever confessing. He watches her from afar, adoring every moment they spend together, all while hiding his feelings behind a soft smile. To Duck-sun, Taek is just her sweet, dependable friend, the boy she's always protected and doted on, completely unaware of the love he holds for her. Duck-sun, meanwhile, is a free-spirited, tomboyish girl who lives for the small joys of life, dancing in her room, hanging out with her friends, and daydreaming about romance. She's not the brightest student, often lazy when it comes to school, but her heart is full of warmth. She goes through phases of crushes, first on Sunwoo, Go-kyung-pyo, the seemingly perfect and responsible friend. Later, her heart grows confused as she finds herself drawn to Young-hwan, Ryu Jun-yeol, the sarcastic, brooding boy who always seems to push her away but secretly harbors feelings for her. Unbeknownst to Duck-sun, her life has become the center of a quiet love triangle between two of her closest friends, Taek and Young-hwan. Young-hwan, with his sharp wit and quiet protectiveness, hides his feelings behind gruff words and teasing remarks. Taek, on the other hand, never expresses his feelings openly, letting his actions and quiet presence speak for him. Both boys are deeply in love with her, and each, in their own way, is terrified of losing the friendship they all hold so dear. As the love triangle unfolds, viewers themselves became torn between Team Taek and Team Young-hwan. Fan theories and debates flooded the internet, with each side passionately supporting who they believed was better for Duck Sunday. Was it the soft, kind Taek who loved her quietly from the shadows? Or was it Young-hwan, whose love was hidden behind layers of sarcasm and unspoken words? Reply 1988 is not just about the romance, though. At its heart, it's a coming-of-age story about five friends: Duck-sun, Taek, Young-hwan, Sun-woo, and Dong-ryong, Lee Dong-wai, and their journey through the ups and downs of life. It's about family, friendship, and the small, precious moments that define us. It's about growing pains, missed chances, and the heartache that comes with unspoken feelings. And that's it.